As tensions escalate between Iran and Israel, a critical question looms large. Will Iran receive support from key allies like China? While Israel enjoys a well-established backing from Western nations, particularly the United States, Iran's potential alliances remain more ambiguous. Understanding the dynamics of the Iran-China relationship is essential to assessing China's possible role in this increasingly volatile situation. This exploration delves into the historical ties between the two nations, the implications of their strategic partnership, and the broader geopolitical landscape that influences their interactions. Historical context of Iran-China relations. The Iran-China relationship has deep historical roots that date back to the ancient Silk Road. This extensive trade network facilitated not only economic exchanges but also cultural interactions between the two civilizations. As early as the 7th century, Iranian merchants traveled to China, bringing with them goods such as silk, spices, and precious stones. In return, they introduced Chinese products to Persian markets, fostering mutual appreciation and respect. The rich history of cultural exchange laid a strong foundation for the diplomatic ties that would evolve over the centuries. During the late 20th century, particularly in the 1980s, the Iran-China relationship began to deepen significantly. This period coincided with the Iran-Iraq War, during which Iran found itself increasingly isolated on the global stage. In this context, China emerged as a vital ally, providing military equipment and support to Tehran. This pragmatic cooperation not only helped Iran navigate its international isolation, but also established a framework for future strategic partnerships. The relationship continued to evolve, culminating in a comprehensive strategic partnership that was formalized during Chinese President Xi Jinping's visit to Iran in 2016. The strategic partnership. The partnership between Iran and China was officially solidified with the signing of a 25-year cooperation agreement in 2021. This agreement encompasses various dimensions, including economic, political, and military aspects. For China, Iran serves as a crucial energy supplier, vital to its economic stability and growth. Additionally, Iran's geographical position makes it a key node in China's Belt and Road Initiative, which aims to enhance connectivity and trade routes across Asia, Europe, and beyond. For Iran, the relationship with China is equally important. In a world where Western sanctions have significantly hampered its economy, China's economic support offers a lifeline. The partnership allows Iran to circumvent some of the restrictions imposed by the West, providing a much-needed source of investment and trade opportunities. As a result, the two nations have developed a mutual dependence that benefits both parties, albeit for different reasons. Economic implications of the relationship. One of the most significant aspects of the Iran-China partnership is its economic dimension, particularly in terms of energy. In 2023, China imported an average of 1.1 million barrels of Iranian crude oil per day, accounting for approximately 10% of its total crude imports. This marked a remarkable 70% increase in Iranian oil imports compared to the previous year, driven largely by the discounts Iran offers to attract buyers in the face of sanctions. This trade has elevated Iran's position as China's largest supplier of crude oil, highlighting the strategic importance of this relationship for both nations. Chinese refiners, often referred to as teapots, play a crucial role in this dynamic. These independent refiners have minimal exposure to the U.S. financial system, making them less vulnerable to American sanctions. They have seized the opportunity presented by Iran's discounted oil prices, leading to record levels of imports. In some months of 2023, Imports surged to as high as 1.5 million barrels per day, marking a significant milestone in Chinese-Iranian oil trade. For Iran, these exports represent approximately 90% of its total oil sales, underscoring China's importance in ensuring its economic survival. Geopolitical considerations. The relationship between Iran and China is further complicated by broader geopolitical considerations. China has cultivated its position as a non-interfering power in the Middle East, seeking to establish positive relationships with various countries, including those that are traditionally seen as rivals, such as Saudi Arabia and Israel. This approach allows China to present itself as a stabilizing force in the region, contrasting sharply with the often aggressive tactics employed by the United States. Beijing's leaders have shown a degree of sympathy for Iran's stance in global affairs. Iran's full membership in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a security and economic bloc led by China and Russia, exemplifies this alignment. Furthermore, Iran's recent admission into the BRICS group signifies its growing importance as a counterbalance to Western influence. As China continues to engage with Iran on multiple fronts, the implications for U.S. interests in the region become increasingly complex. China's reluctance to engage militarily. Despite the deepening economic ties, China remains cautious about direct military involvement in the potential conflict between Iran and Israel. While reports indicate limited military cooperation, such as the provision of satellite technology for Iran's missile program, China's broader military ties with Tehran are not extensive. The 2021 military agreement has not translated into significant collaboration beyond joint drills, which many Western analysts consider inconsequential. China's strategic priorities lie elsewhere. Its relationships with Russia and North Korea are of greater importance, as both countries serve as buffers against U.S. influence in the region. While China supports Russia's defense sector, it has refrained from providing military assistance for the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Similarly, China's approach to North Korea reflects a desire to maintain a cautious distance from direct military involvement while still exercising influence. As violence in the Middle East escalates, China may be reluctant to see further escalation. In early October, Iran launched missiles at Israel, while Israel has continually targeted Iranian-backed groups in Gaza and Lebanon. This instability is troubling for China, which is the most powerful member of a group of countries often called the Axis of Upheaval or the Quartet of Chaos that includes Iran, North Korea, and Russia. These nations all share a disdain for the United States global order and often collaborate secretly on security issues. Despite China's military posturing around Taiwan, it has a limited appetite for conflict. China views its allies as useful for challenging American influence, but remains cautious, preferring to avoid taking the same risks as others in the group. In the Middle East, China has no desire to get drawn into the complex regional conflicts. If a full-scale confrontation erupts between Iran and Israel, China is likely to remain on the sidelines, hoping that its interests remain unaffected by the chaos. Potential outcomes and China's position. An Israeli attack on Iranian oil infrastructure could force China to pivot towards more expensive suppliers, such as Saudi Arabia, significantly affecting its energy security. Moreover, disruptions in vital maritime routes, such as the Strait of Hormuz, could escalate the situation, forcing China to reassess its position in the region. China's investments across the Middle East also underscore its broader ambitions. By framing its significant investments as part of the Belt and Road Initiative, China aims to enhance its influence while positioning itself as a key player in regional development. This approach allows Beijing to project power without direct military involvement, thereby maintaining a facade of non-interference while strategically expanding its footprint. Despite its economic ties with Iran, China is likely to prioritize stability in the region over direct confrontation. The potential for further escalation in violence could lead China to adopt a more neutral stance, hoping to safeguard its interests without getting entangled in complex regional conflicts. If a full-scale confrontation arises, Beijing may choose to remain on the sidelines, watching closely as events unfold. Conclusion: a complex web of alliances. As the prospect of a direct confrontation between Iran and Israel looms larger, the question of whether Iran will receive support from allies like China remains uncertain. The historical ties and evolving partnership between Iran and China underscore the complexities of their relationship. While economic cooperation flourishes, China's reluctance to engage militarily reflects its broader strategic priorities and concerns about regional stability. China's role in this potential conflict will be shaped by its desire to maintain energy security, project influence, and navigate the intricate geopolitical landscape. As tensions rise, the dynamics of the Iran-China partnership will continue to evolve, influencing not only the relationship between these two nations, but also the broader balance of power in the Middle East. Ultimately, while Iran may seek support from China, Beijing's cautious approach suggests that it will prioritize its strategic interests over direct involvement, leaving the future of the region hanging in a delicate balance.